Well, moving on to our next question on the Get Ready for the Future show. If you have questions for us, just call them in and leave a voicemail, or you can text us to 501-381-5228. Again, it's 501-381-5228. We go to Eddie from Jonesboro. Here's Eddie's question. My wife and I own a small business with about 15 employees. We care about their futures, but also want to make smart business decisions. How do we know when to set up an employer plan and what type to choose? Well, first up, I think let's say kudos to Eddie and your wife for even thinking about this.
Yep.
Because I think there is, when you say making smart business decisions, I think it's important to point out that the data shows that the healthier a worker's financial situation is, the healthier or better and more productive worker they're going to be. So I think there's incentive there alone for Eddie and his wife to look into an employer plan. Now, first thing I noticed, John, is that he says he has 15 employees. So there's going to make a really simple option available to him because he has less than 100 employees.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, simple.
Simple IRA. This is a sort of a scaled down version of a 401k plan. The Simple IRA allows for contributions by the employee out of their paycheck, and it allows for up to a 3% dollar for dollar match by the employer. It's very easy to administer. There are no plan cost or anything of that nature as far as a plan document or ERISA cost or anything like that. This is basically like a grown-up, a big souped-up IRA account that the employer can contribute a match to if the employee is participating. Now, if the employee chooses not to participate, the employer has no financial obligation to them for this retirement account. So it makes it very easy that the employer can say, hey, if you'll help yourself, I will help you. And the help can be in the terms of for the contribution from the employee about $15,500 per year in 2023, and if that employee is over 50, then it's $19,000 per year that can go into that simple, and then whatever 3% of that employee's salary is can go in as a match contribution to that simple program.
We have a very personal experience with that because that's what we use here at GenWealth.
We do.
In our employer plan. I just turned 50 in March, and I am in the catch-up mode now. So I can put $19,000, and I do, $19,000 a year into my Simple IRA. So you don't actually have to wait until you turn 50. It's the year you turn 50. So
that's right.
A great opportunity there to put additional dollars in, up to a 3% employer match. So the employer gets to decide that, but that's what we do here at GenWealth, a 3% match. It's a very simple thing to do to get that bonus in. It stands for Savings Incentive Match Plan for employees. It's also self-directed. I think that's a great important point too, because when you compare that to trying to set up a 401k, and you mentioned it, there's a lot more red tape that goes into it. There has to be reporting, and the investment options can be restrictive.
Yeah, you've got a menu of investment options, and the employer actually has a fiduciary responsibility for his employees in picking those investments. Now, oftentimes employers offload that to a third party, but it is very regulatory bound and restricted in terms of 401k. Now, the advantage of a 401k is that you get to contribute a lot more money to it. You can contribute $22,500 if you are under 50 years old out of your own paycheck, or you can contribute up to $30,000 a year if you're an old guy like me and Scott. You can actually throw $30,000 per year into your 401k plan, and there is likely a company match associated with that 401k plan.
Do want to mention one other option, and this is probably not for Eddie from Jonesboro because he has 15 employees. Could be, but more than likely not. There is also a SEP IRA available for business owners. Now, you can really get some funds into that, but rather than a dollar maximum contribution like what we've heard so far, right, in the simple, it's $15,500. You can put in up to your full salary or $15,500. The 401k, you can put $22,500 in. The SEP is going to be a percentage of your compensation, of your maximum compensation. So if you're a business owner, and really this works best for a 1099 sole proprietor, maybe he and his wife have a business, or maybe you're a real estate agent. They don't often have access to things like a simple IRA or a 401k. you can put up to 25% in there, up to a maximum, up to a cap of $66,000. So when you think about that, let's say you made $100,000 selling homes this year, you could put $25,000 in and it's considered a pre-tax contribution. So you're not really making it pre-tax because you probably had to get the money before you put the money in, but on your taxes, it counts as a pre-tax contribution from the employer side.
That's
so
right.
when you are both the employer and the employee, that works to your benefit.
It does. And I love SEP programs. I call them great programs for a dude in a truck. You know, if you're a contractor and it's just you and you're going out and you're serving the public and going, you know, and doing whatever it is you do, maybe construction or maybe plumbing or electrical work or what have you. If you're a solopreneur, if you will, then an SEP program provides you a great opportunity to save 25% of your compensation, as much as $66,000 a year that doesn't get taxed by Uncle Sam and actually stays with you as far as your benefit is concerned. So an SEP program is a really good program for sole proprietors.
Yeah, one mention too for Eddie from Jonesboro, or anybody like Eddie who's thinking about setting that up, both the Simple IRA, the SEP IRA, very easy to do. It just requires filing a form away, an IRS form. You don't even have to send, in the SEP IRA's case, and I think it's a Simple too, you don't even really send it in, do you? I can't remember on the Simple if you actually send it in, but it's a real quick setup, and we do it all the time here at GenWealth for employers. We've got several Simple IRA programs that we help set up. The money then is just automatically sent from the payroll to the Simple IRA for your employees.